Okay, hello, my name is Imad and I'm going to show you how to create a Makefile and why it's really needed and important. So basically here I have source files, and I'm going to open these source files using a text editor software. So in our main .cpp file we have this coding. So in our main function, all the main function does is to create this, what I have called the sentence, and I have named the sentence S. This is an object actually. So this object has come along with a function called print. This one going to be defined in another file. So the information to create the sentence object comes from a header file. This header file is called sentence.h. So if we go to the sentence.h, we're going to find these two declarations. These two act as a bodyguard. The reason why it's called like that, because it's going to prevent this body from being executed more than once. So it will all allow it only to be executed only one at a time. So here we have defined a class and we name it sentence. Here we have our print function came from the void. So if we go to the sentence.cpp, okay, we're going to see our sentence object here along with the print function. So this print function is going to execute this cout and going to print out on the screen this sentence, this message, which is called I love programming. So without further ado, let's try and check. Okay, here for the coding, we're going to, first we need to check. Okay, you see here our file is called works, so we're going to choose works. All right, and then we're going to compile this main.cpp along with the sentence.cpp. So in order to compile these two source files, we need to type g++ space then main.cpp and sentence.cpp. We hit enter. Okay, we will find that there is this file, compiled file, is called a.out. If we try to run this a.out, we just / then a.out. Okay, the file has been executed and and printed out the I love programming. There is another way. If we want to, for example, we want to name the compiled file. Okay, let's just clear this one first. Okay, let's remove first the a.out. We just type rm a.out. Okay, as you can see, it has been removed. Okay, in order to compile our source file with any name of your chosen, we just do the same thing: g++ main.cpp sentence.cpp. Then we put the -o, and after we put the -o, we just name anything. Let's just go, for example, let's just name it output. Hit enter. Okay, we can see there is an output file generated. So if we try to run this output file, yeah, we're going to have the same output result here, which is the sentence "I love programming." So let's try to change a little bit of the coding. Let's add just a few words. Maybe "I love programming" to not too much, very much, yes. Okay, so we just save. Okay. After we save, actually we need to compile this one again, because if we going to run, I mean, we just need to compile this one again actually. So we're going to, wait, there's a better way to do this. Yes. So we need to compile this one again and maybe call it output. Yeah, maybe call it output 2. Yeah, because it's going to defer, because output 1 is has changed. So okay, and if we're going to type, I mean to run this output 2, yes, I love programming very much. So you can do this easily. You can compile this source file every time you're going to change the content of it. If you're having like few source files only, like 5, 6 or whatever, you can just type down the G++, maybe CPP, and along with the other source files that you have. But if you're going to have like many source files, like a lot of source files, like as programmer or software maker, they actually, in order to make a software or anything else, they actually need to have a bunch of source files. So it doesn't make sense that they are going just to type down every single time this G++, main.cpp, and along with the other thousands maybe or hundreds of the source files. So in order to overcome this problem, a makefile would solve our issue. So here, if we want to open our makefile, actually, all right, I've already typed down few commands here. So we can see here that in the makefile we have this output, we have this main.o, we have this sentence.o, and we have a clean. These actually called a target. The one before the column, before the column is called the target, and the one right after it is called the dependency. So these are the dependencies. So actually, if I'm going to change anything, okay, let's try actually to execute this one actually, so I can elaborate more. Okay, this is our make function, right? So we have all, we have output. So what does output mean? That means this output is going to produce a main.o and sentence.o, and we can see that this is like a coding. Okay, is going to compile this main.o and sentence.o, and it's like linking them together to present an output file. So where this main.o and sentence.o come from? Actually, this main.o, we also make it as a target here and named it a main.cpp, our file here. So, and also the sentence.o, the same thing goes right here. So yeah, so for the main.cpp we have G++, then -c means the compile to compile this main.cpp actually is going just to compile this main without this cpp. Of course, going to be this cpp is going to be changed into the O later on. So let's try to execute this one so you can understand much more. Okay, for this one, let's type clear. Okay, so okay, let's remove these two files first. Okay, this is just rm output and output2. Okay, it's those have been removed. Then let's type make. Okay, we're going to see here and compare with this one. Okay, when I type make, by default is going to execute the first line here. So the first line here is all, and all has the output. The output is going to execute all of these. So we can see that it has executed all the main.cpp, the sentence.cpp, and finally the output file as well, those three. So let's try to we can see that this output has been generated here. Once we type the make, these files has been generated, the main.o, sentence.o, and the output as well. So if we're going to run this output, you see we're going to have I love programming very much. Let's say, for example, we want to make change again in the main.c. Or before that, if I'm going to do the make again, it's going to say nothing to be done for all because it's already has been executed. But if we're going to type make clean, they're all going to be gone here. If I type make, yeah, they came back again. So as I have typed a while ago, like once I have tried to run the output and got the C out was I love programming very much. Let's try to change the I love this message a little bit and see. Okay, let's put it back as the previous one, as it used to be first. Just hit the save. Okay, previously when I did make, when I typed make, it says nothing to be done for all. But when I type make again, see only usually there will be like 3 lines here, but only this one has been changed, the sentence, not the main, because I have made a change in the sentence.cpp. So when I did when I did some changes, when I changed the message in the sentence.cpp file, this one has been generated again. So this output has been changed actually. So if we're going to run this output, yeah, you see it's gonna be it's going to show that this CI is going to be like I love programming only without the very much. So this is actually what Makefile does. We don't have to type to compile every single time. We just have to type make. It's going to compile this CPP file by itself. If we're going to have a lot of CPP files, we did some changing in those source files, we're not going to just type every single one along with the G++ and blah blah blah. We just yeah, once we do all the changes, we save, we just type make again, and that's it. This output is going to be it's like refreshed into our adjustment. Yeah, so that's all. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.